Well, hi there again, YouTubers and tuberettes, and me too. Sitting here down by the Rio. There's a nice little park, and it's not very big, but it's got some tables and stuff, and I'm sitting in the shade, so I scored me a cup out of the trash can. I'm going to use that as my stand when I want to flip screens and have you view my wonderful mug. That bridge right there is Picacho Avenue, if that helps you anywhere, if you want to look this up on Google. At where Picacho meets the Rio, I'm about 147 yards away. I just made that number up. I just thought I'd do a little video down here. This has been a very unusual day. I made a one at the house this morning and decided, here you can see my beautiful blues, and I decided I'm gonna go down, sign some paperwork for Kev, and having to do with his insurance coverage on me as a driver in one of his trucks. Then I decided, well, I'm going to go get me a beer. So I stopped at the local Pickwick, which there's only one left. You should frequent it, poor guys. It's like serious pruning. Anyway, they sold the franchise for millions to Circle K. Anyway, it wasn't even a quart. It was a weird amount, 24 ounces. What is that? Corona. It was okay beer. So I sat out here about 30 minutes ago. It's kind of noonish right now, I think. And actually, I don't know what time it is. I don't really care. Got another day off, and I decided, you know what? After talking with Kev, I said, well, I'm going to go get me some tools. I told Jeff, my old boss, I said, I'm done buying tools. I mean, every time I turn around, my stuff's disappearing out of back here, and nobody knows a thing. And I just realized after all this little falderall went on the other day that, oh, by the way, my angle drill disappeared with most of my bits. Nobody knows a thing. And that's just so typical of being down there for years. It's just over and over again. And I'm not used to that. I don't like distrusting my fellow workers. There's a thought. And anyhow, got some time off. Came down, maybe walked a half mile more, maybe 3/4 north of here out on that little trail. And recorded a video out there, but I looked it over. I didn't like it, so I let it go. Just erase, bye-bye. And it's still in trash, so I mean I could retrieve it up to 30 days from now, but I don't think I'm going to let her go. That my idea was, I've been thinking about this, that, you know, so often I hear people talking about the power of prayer, and to me that just seems like absolute nonsense. To me that seems like absolute blather. What are you talking about? Power of prayer. And then they talk about intentionality and, you know, refocusing and prioritization and whatever. Yes, people do change, and prayer can be a part of it. But the power is coming in from the outside. In other words, prayer is de facto and by definition a request for assistance, a request for mercy, a request for guidance, a request for life itself. It is the four-letter word, H-E-L-P, help. Help me, please, now. And he hears. By golly, he hears. You just ask around. I bet you there's people you know who can testify that there was a sequence they remember specifically where they called upon the name of the living God and said the four-letter word, H-E-L-P, help me now. And he heard. And I can testify the same for me. It happened, and I'm not going to wear you out with the details, but sometimes, you know, I can get carried away and turn this into a 48 long video. You know, here's another view of, this is how I saw things when I was 6.5, you know. Actually, I don't think I remember that. Thank goodness. Otherwise, he'd talk about it. So I came down here and I just thought to myself, take a load off. I went down and bought some tools today. There's a real nice Milwaukee angle drill. My golly, that thing's $660. Ugh. I remember I used to get an angle drill for about $168 or $174, somewhere in there. So of course, an M18 on a portable charge is going to be, you know, pricey for sure. Anyway, I've had opportunity to use these things. When they first came out, I just said, no dice. No way are you going to run an M18 battery and make a drill that's even worth using. At the kind of abuse I put angle drills through, I would know. I mean, you stall them things dead, and they get caught on a knot or a nail or some nasty in there, it'll just throw you right off a ladder. You better be careful. If it comes around, clops you up outside the jaw, it's going to knock a tooth out. I mean, seriously, pay attention. It's a powerful tool. Well, I thought a battery version of that, what's that nonsense? Well, I used some. Some of the other guys went ahead and bought one, and I thought, knucklehead. But they work great. I had no idea they were $660. Anyway, I spent over $1,000 today, as there's an idea, on tools. I don't think I've bought a tool in the last year and a half. It used to be just about every week I'd buy at least one, often pocket knives. I have no idea how many pocket knives I've lost over the years, and I don't know where they go. But I had a real nice one just the other day that developed legs, and I just thought, I had it in the left side, the side pocket of my shorts here. In fact, same shorts. And it had the kind of clip, an outboard clip that would hold, like if you stuck it, it would catch it like a waistband or something like that, you know what I mean? Well, this clip is all sprung out. It had a gap like that. So it didn't clip anything unless you were trying to stick it on, a piece of 1/4-inch steel or something. And so that thing vamoosed, and so I went back, had gone for a walk the day previous in those shorts, and I thought, well, I only sat down in a couple of places, and it would have to be with my thigh, so to speak, inverted, my knee higher than my hip. When did that happen? It's like only 2 places. I laid down for a little while in the park in the grass because it was real nice and green on my way home, and I just thought, I'm in no rush. And so I'd laid there for probably a good 15 minutes. I enjoyed looking at the sunshine coming through the pine trees and all the different little sparklies you can see in there. I guess that sappy type stuff, that sticky stuff on pine needles reflects light better than I ever thought. I had no idea how many little glints I was looking at up in that pine that day, but I sure enjoyed myself. But at any rate, so I lost another knife. And so I'll probably go get another one because I guess the new job is on. And as far as I can tell, Kev's already talking about, well, what if we push you closer to full time? And I said, well, that's what I was looking for. And I mean, I want to get 32 hours at minimum if I could. Is that asking too much? Anyway, he's talking maybe 40, maybe even more. I said, I'm in for it. Let's go. And plus, it's my favorite kind of work in plumbing. There's various flavors of plumbing. There's commercial construction. Now, a lot of those guys are union. There's residential construction, which in this state, at least, almost none are union because there's just no money in it. Why would a union shop do that? Then there's service and repair guys who do roto-rooter kind of work, remodels, add-ons, dig up a sewer, move it over there, that kind of stuff, and having to get into the attic and reroute lines and stuff like that. I love doing that kind of work. I mean, I can do construction. I did mostly house construction all these years, but when you do the same thing over and over and over again for 36 years, okay, how high is that washer box going to be? How high is that drain going to be? Why haven't you found centers? Stuff like that. It's like, well, they'll figure it out on their own, just through sheer monotony of error. If it sooner or later it'll sink into them. So, I mean, I can tell them the best I can, and I'll try to even show them what I'm doing, and do it my way until you learn a way you like better, and then make that one exceed my way. Okay, just improve it, and that's been my attitude, so I like work, and so anyway, I got nothing to do today. Here it is, a Thursday again, and I thought, well, I did want to go for a walk, but it's really pretty warm out there. I think what I'm going to do, and the heat is just now really coming on barely. I think it's noonish. I said earlier, I still don't know what time it is. But the shadows tell me if it ain't noon, it's awfully close. We're in the neighborhood of at least solar noon. And I was thinking, in terms of these videos and things like that, this power of censorship is coming on so strong again, and all this, once again, this idiot routine of trying to defend yourself from viruses by wearing a chicken wire mask across your face. It's not quite that bad. The mesh is a little tighter than chicken wire. That's kind of it. And, all the travel restrictions, and now they're talking about an international passport, a health passport. None of this can work out for the good. None of this is going to end up being involved with righteousness or goodness or humility or good governance or anything. It's just hellish. It's just coming straight from the pit. And we've got to find a way to say, no, I will not comply. And even if that means I can't buy no food no more, or whatever it works out to. I personally am trying to get in line early while there's still room into the prison system, which must accrue a whole bunch of people like you and me. I mean, Christians, folks, who are, I'm not college educated, but I can see better than they can. And I don't know all kinds of foreign policy, but I know a liar when I see it. And so the thing is that I'm trying to, by these videos, essentially laying the groundwork for my arrest. Eventually, I'd like to see, I'd like to get into the prison system, because I think that might be one of the safest places during these days which are coming. Out here on the outside, it's going to be every man for himself, gang warfare and all kinds of things. Ugh. And then there's the government to consider. They're the worst gangster on the block. And so, just trying to think ahead, trying to think, well, the world's falling apart, and nobody's going to do a damn thing to change it. I sure ain't. I'm a plumber. What am I going to do? Am I going to take on the whole administration? Well, I just might, but I don't know how that's going to work. And if it does, it's in his time. That's his head trip. But my idea is this: let's all at least concentrate in our minds that good is good and evil is evil. And when we see an evil government, we know that government is evil, despite what they say, because they'll always claim the opposite. They always claim to be the saints, the righteous ones, the dignified ones, the ones who see further, the ones who have a grand vision. Yeah, to hell with that. Jesus Christ is our vision. He's our desire. Jesus Christ in person, risen up from the dead, all strong and vital forever. He flipped them dudes out when he walked in. What? Through the wall. Yeah, I walked right through the wall, man. And he does a lot of stuff. He walks through walls in your life to get into the you who is you, the me who's at the center, the one who got hurt a long time ago and never talks anymore. He talks to that one. He talks to the one in the room that nobody will see, the invisible person, the lowly one, the one you'd like to forget exists. He's after them guys, and that means he cannot possibly lose. He's got this sewed up. Ooh, he's good. So smart, so smart. God bless you. I'm getting a lot of gnats and bugs in my face, and I think I'm just going to keep on moving. And at least I just think I swallowed one. I always hate when I do that. Ugh. There's a drinking fountain over there, I hope. You guys have a good day. God bless you. And you know that the peace symbol of the 60s, I don't use that no more. What I do is I use this finger, a one-finger salute. God bless you. He loves you. He loves you better than you can know. Trust him now, won't you? Have a good day.